You find that ambigram terribly interesting, don't you? She demanded. Langdon nodded, mesmerizing. Would you say it's the most interesting thing in this room? Langdon scratched his head, making a show of pondering it. Well, there is one thing that interests me more. She smiled and took a step toward him. That being? How you disprove that Einstein theory using tuna fish? Vittoria threw up her hands. Dio mio! Enough with the tuna fish. Don't play with me. I'm warning you. Langdon grinned. Maybe for your next experiment, you could study flounders and prove the Earth is flat. Vittoria was steaming now, but the first faint hints of an exasperated smile appeared on her lips. For your information, Professor, my next experiment will make scientific history. I plan to prove neutrinos have mass. Neutrinos have mass? Langdon shot her a stunned look. I didn't even know they were Catholic. With one fluid motion, she was on him, pinning him down. I hope you believe in life after death, Robert Langdon. Vittoria was laughing as she straddled him, her hands holding him down, her eyes ablaze with a mischievous fire. Actually, he choked, laughing harder now, I've always had trouble picturing anything beyond this world. Really? So you've never had a religious experience? A perfect moment of glorious rapture? Langdon shook his head. No, and I seriously doubt I'm the kind of man who ever could have a religious experience. Who could ever have a religious experience? Vittoria slipped off her robe. You've never been to bed with a yoga master, have you?
The end.
The end.
That's humiliating, Dan
It
Brown.
really, really is. What?
You should be embarrassed. I guess to build up to this, I should have read the final pages of Deception Point, which are arguably worse.
Hard to imagine.
Yeah, I sent them to you, right? The fish
Yes.
jokes?
Yes.
Yeah. It's just
Very.
as bad, but the final bit is like, what can you tell me about the mating rituals of advanced primates? And he's like, I don't know. And she's like, as she
Like such a
slips off
cliche too,
as
right?
she
Yeah.
slips off her football jersey, well, nature boy, I suggest you learn fast. Like,
Yeah.
why does he keep doing this? And I checked in the Da Vinci Code, it ends with a chaste kiss, and it's a date. So clearly he got his shit together a little bit and decided to be a little bit less embarrassing. But even that sucks. It's all this like,
It's
we've
fucking
known each
James
other for
Bond
24
territory.
hours. We've only
Like-
known each other 24 hours. Let's fucking bang.
It's every James Bond movie at the end where he's with the Bond girl and you know,
a lot of vagina. The newest character.
Do not disturb. You know, or it's like, come on, what are we doing here? Yes, they've known each other for 24 hours, and also this woman's father was just murdered brutally in front of her. I could be wrong. I don't think we're in the mood to like eat room service and fuck.
They keep stressing too. And it's also like, would you not feel a sense of deep uselessness that you didn't actually stop, prevent, or solve anything?
Well, and it is just predatory. This woman is in the middle of all kinds of traumatic stuff. The fact that you're jumping in on this and being like, well, time for a yoga master in bed. It's like, what? Give her fucking space. You can call her in a month or two and it's gonna be fine. And if she's into it, great. But that, like, you know, this guy, it is exactly this man is taking his reward thing that they call it out as being.
Okay, her father was murdered. Horrific corpse, the weapon of mass destruction, as they put it, that she created just threatened the entire Vatican. They watched 4 gruesome murders, a branding. They watched Carlo go up. She had the trauma of watching Robert go on a suicide mission that she thought that he died from. He comes back. Carlo comes back, immaculate. You know, here's an actual miracle. Then, bro, sets him. She watches Maximilian Kohler, who's essentially her godfather, get shot in front of her after she thought that he was the bad guy. Then she watches Carlos set himself on fire in front of the entire world. It hasn't even been 24 hours. Like, that's generous.
Now I'm horny.
The last thing that woman wants us to fuck. Are you serious?
Look, he's a symbologist. He should be able to read the fucking signs.